how can we revive the spirit of Rabiul Awal with the new generation?
With the new generation? One thing I'll tell you not to do, we don't need an app, we don't need Rabiul Awal memes, we don't need videos, we don't need rap, we don't need all these kinds of things that the young generation, they go for. This is the other thing too. We say in order to appeal to the young generation, whatever that is their vocabulary, we have to learn. You don't have that. Maybe with other things you can do, not with spirituality. It doesn't mean you are not going to meet them more than halfway. The Prophet ﷺ and the beauty of his life is enough to move a heart of a people who don't even speak the same language from that time until today, until Judgment Day. So there is a power there. How? To a lot of people, that's why we're saying, although we are a little bit critical about people who are just singing and clapping hands, but to a lot of people that is very necessary, because that is what Mawlid represents, the month of Rabiul Awal. They sit, they sing naats, and they get very emotional, young and old. It's okay, it's better than nothing, but we want to do something more than that. That's why we said what we had to say. So for the younger generation, you see, people make it very complicated. The ones who were living in Jahiliyyah time, they did not know Allah. They also had their songs and their dances. They also had their sports, they also have their culture, correct? But the Prophet ﷺ, he did not use that. He came and he just spoke. And the Quran and Allah saying, Iqra, speak. Meaning what? Be with them, take care of them, love them. Do you want something fake or you want something real? If you want something fake, sure, you can hire a football stadium, tell people you're going to get something, freebies, come and sing some salawats, everyone will go back happy. This is not a joke, it's been done for decades. But if you want something real, something that will change their heart a little bit, to make them to have warmth to the Prophet ﷺ and Rabiul Awal, it has to be done before that. It is a mission of those ones who wants to bring that joy to their hearts. It is their whole lives, they have to base it on the Prophet ﷺ. They have to live the sunnah. Because when you are living the sunnah, even if you have said nothing, but the signs is there, the lights are there, and people's hearts will warm up to that. They will understand. Those who want. Like I said, in these days, you cannot force people, and there's so many people who don't want. Or they say, we want, but it has to be like this. It has to be like this. You have to make a rap now. Muslim women now, they have to go on stage wearing hijab and declare the Islam. But they use the vocabulary of that. You don't have to. Not the Prophet's wives, none of them did that. Not the wives of the Sahaba Kiram, none of them did that. From that time until now, none of them did that. To say, for example, if I'm going to bring Islam to one community, one country, one ethnicity, that they say, what are they busy with? This kind of sports, this kind of songs, this kind of culture. That those who are spreading Islam says, okay, we have to use that now. If anything, they take that and they turn it completely around. And they say this is just the doorway. Once you enter through the doorway, you don't have to. So, for the younger generation, if you want a real love, you yourself, you have to live the life, and you have to live the tolerance and the mercy and the wisdom, yes, and the firmness of the Prophet ﷺ. If you do that, people will be attracted. And they're not going to be attracted through just a song and a dance. They're going to be attracted through the life. Your life, because your life has changed. And if you're able to save one life, it is better than saving the whole world. It is as if you saved the whole world, no? One person. This is our way. Others, they may say, okay, we need cartoons. Yeah, okay. Others, they say we may need movies and this and that. So, okay, but be careful also, because all these things, it is done by people also who may have different ideas and different agendas. Don't just think, okay, they make one movie about the Holy Prophet, so everyone is going to be so happy with it. Who is making that movie? Who is funding that movie? What is the agenda? You don't know. All you know is, oh, it's about the Prophet. You cannot do that. Everyone is checking everything now. Before they eat one baklava, they go to the ingredients list to see whether this is halal, this is not, if this is organic, it is not. They don't get swayed now, especially in America. They say natural eggs. What does natural mean? Free range. We already know free range doesn't mean, in our mind, in the commercial, they say free range, like our chickens, they go up to the mountains and they come back. No, free range means they have, let's say, 2 foot by 2 foot square. One time a day they're going out and they pack, and that's called free range. You understand? So the believer has to not be naive. And so, the lifestyle of the Prophet ﷺ, that you adopt in your life, and you start to speak with people with that sweetness, their hearts are going to change. And when that change happens also, it's a real change. It's not a, how you say, a surface change. That once a year, everyone is going to stand up, they bring out one, how you say, Mubarak item, how you say? Huh? Tabaruk. Okay? And everyone is going to stand up, everyone is going to salute like that. What's the use of doing that if you are not feeding your neighbor, if you don't care about people? We have heads of states doing that, make a big show, have a big motorcade, but we know those ones, they are tyrannizing people, they are cruel, and they are, then what is the use of that? So all those kids were swayed by that too. Younger generation, they swayed, oh look, they have a big motorcade. They're doing this. But beyond that, there's nothing. There's only the ego. And then you are going to be responsible now because their ego and your ego is going to be supporting each other, and they say it's okay. Younger generation, look to our children. Okay, our children, sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't listen. Okay. You have a community, your relatives, your friends, a jamaat, then look to their children. Then help and support. Start with that. Holy Prophet ﷺ, although he sent the message to the whole Quraysh, to the whole Arab nation, yet his concentration was also on those who accepted him, and he's taking care of them. No. Except for his own Ahlul Bayt. That he says, no. My family, myself, we have to serve those ones. We don't get to be served first. Not like today. So many organizations, so many, they say, oh, that one is Ahlul Bayt, oh, everyone has to serve that one. And it become like a thing. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah. May Allah forgive me and bless you, inshallah. Al-Fatiha.